Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk about nerfs and how they affect players in Destiny. Alright, well actually I'm going to be talking about the top 5 biggest nerfs in Destiny. Yeah. So I'm going to count down, these are my choices and stuff, you know. I chose them according to what I think had the biggest impact on players in Destiny. So, like, you may not think that they're like kind of a big deal or anything, but they're my top 5. So here we go. Number 5 is going to be the Golden Gun. For me, I didn't even know this because I'm a year 2 player myself. But apparently Golden Guns used to be able to penetrate through the Ward of Dawn, which is the bubble for the Defender Titan. I didn't know it could actually break through that. But going into launch, it actually made it so it couldn't do that. I don't know what the little trend I was reading all the things. The little trend is that Ward of Dawn sucked balls. Like anything could penetrate it. Nova Bomb, Fist of Havoc, the Golden Gun, and also it had like almost no abilities really. They had to buff it so that it would get your health when you got it. So that's a biggie. The next one is going to be the Warlock's Storm Collar. I chose this one because I don't know. They made it so that it's not a big one. That's why it's a number 4. But they just made it so that when you shoot lightning from your hands, it makes you run out of storm trance faster. Nothing really that big. I think they did do something. I think they did take it off a little bit. Just as a little side note. Well, I'm gonna let the little footage play. Next is going to be the Blades. Now in the June update, the Blade Dancer got some pretty subsequent nerfs. Throwing Knife, Shade Step, but none can compare to the Blade Dancer, which was for whatever reason the bulk of the nerf. And just sort of made it so you take more energy when you swipe and you don't hit anything. That's it. Number 2 is gonna be one. I can't contain myself with this one. It's gonna be the Sunbreaker. The Sunbreaker. It's gonna be the Sunbreaker because they nerfed the freaking Sunbreaker. Well, they buffed him and everything, but the nerf was sort of like taking off the bulk of the armor that the Sunbreakers got to keep it in line with other roaming supers, like Radiant Skin Warlocks and Sunsingers, Stormcallers. Not Blade Dancers, because I heard they have a little bit less, which would make sense. But that's basically what the nerf for the Sunbreaker was. I think it's kind of justified it doesn't have the, because it's a pretty powerful super. Even on my Titan I'm playing right now, I don't have it completely leveled up or anything, but it's really fun. And I feel pretty powerful when I use it, so I never really got to use the super armored up Titan Sunbreaker, but I heard some people say it's a pretty big change, and I wish I could see it for my own eyes. Don't mind that. That wasn't nothing. I just tried being funny. Alright, well the last one is going to be a big combo nerf. Just to the Sunsinger overall. Now don't get me wrong, I love the Sunsinger. If I can main any of the Warlock classes, subclasses, it would be the Sunsinger. I think it's just the most balanced, and I'm actually going to want to make a video on the Sunsinger and how I love it so much because I love it. It's just cool and amazing. But with the Sunsinger, they basically nerfed the flame shield. I don't even use flame shield anymore. It's practically useless. But because the flame shield, they decided, hey, let's make it weak. And I was okay with that. I'm like, you know, it's a free flame shield. I don't gotta kill them for it. I still win most engagements in a melee battle. Cool. But then the June update came. No. Was it June or April? I don't know. I just know it got fucked over. The delay basically makes it like the Defender Titan's punch, except if you don't win the melee battle, not only do you die, you don't get your flame shield, and also you don't have your melee charge anymore. And also half the time it doesn't even burn like it's supposed to. It like hits them but just does damage. Okay, now moving on to the Viking's funeral, which is the big one. The big one for Viking's funeral, it kind of just, I mean, I like the new Viking's funeral a lot because it lets me get a lot more options for my playstyle, especially in PvE, because in PvE the burn wasn't really doing shit. But now that it's weakening people instead of burning them, I feel like I can actually just spam it on a boss and do way more damage per second than normal. And I honestly like it though. Even in PvP, it's pretty good if you have the right build on it. It'll like melt people if you're in your super. And now for the next little nerfy for the Sunsinger, we got our self-res got kind of nerfed, but I don't care because I don't use it if I'm not self-resing anyways. Just made it so it lasts less time. Voice crack. It just made it so it lasts less time, and I can live with that. I mean, if you have self-res on, it should be made for self-resing, not for using it whenever. I mean, I use it sometimes when but I had to live with the shorter lifespan of the super. But that's not that bad. Pretty okay.